Hello, welcome to my talk. I'm Melih. I'm a software engineer in the developer relations team at ARM, and I will be talking about how can we create faster games on ARM hardware. And just a quick introduction to ARM Mobile Studio and Performance Studio. So let's start with what is ARM Performance Studio. ARM Performance Studio is a set of tools for profiling on ARM CPU and ARM GPU. So if you are not familiar with the concept of profiling, profiling is basically monitoring the behavior of your applications on specific hardware. So ARM Performance Studio, like I mentioned, is a set of tools, and it is designed around like total usability for normal developers. You don't need to be expert on like GPUs, or you don't need some development board, or you just don't need some rooted Android devices. You just like buy a device and plug it in and it's good to go. And the most important thing is it is totally free to use, and you can download it from developer.arm.com Performance Studio. You may have heard the ARM Mobile Studio, and you may wonder why is the name changed. So we just like changed the name. It is totally the same set of tools, but we added ARM Frame Advisor is totally new tool, and we have added RenderDoc for ARM GPUs, and we extended the border, and it is also supporting the ARM Linux target. And still as Mobile Studio totally used. So the regular or our performance workflow is separated into three parts for low performance. The first one is monitoring, so like seeing and observing what's going on in your application, and getting the second one is getting the reports of what happened at that time, and the final one is finding the problem and fixing it and optimizing the solution. So our tools are designed around like basically helping for the workflow. So the hard part for the Android development is we have like lots of variety of devices. So we have like different specific devices. We have different vendors, different screen sizes, screen resolutions, memory, etc. And it is really hard to test all of them manually. So our tools are designed around like basically automating this workflow. The workflow starts with Performance Advisor. Performance Advisor is part of Streamline tool. We will talk about detail in later this talk. But it is basically a tool for capturing data, like headless data, and integrated into your custom tools or like graphics engines if you are using one. You can get some like JSON reports for your application if you are like keeping track of your application performance time by time. Or if you are using some database, you can like store these reports and basically analyze time by time. Or if you like don't want any of them, you don't want like JSON reports, you don't want some continuous integration into your custom tools, you can basically just take a quick look on your performance, like a simple HTML report on your browser, and yeah, basically. And the good thing is with the Performance Advisor, you can break down your application into regions. What we mean is, for example, if you have a game and it is like, let's say you have like the introduction scene, like real-time render, you have the main menu, or let's say you have like final boss scene. So you can get your report and make your analysis on specific regions, so you don't have to see the big picture on your application. I mentioned about the Streamline. Sampling Profiler is another part of the Streamline tool. So if I need to like give a quick introduction, the Streamline Sampling Profiler is basically a tool allows you to like visualize CPU and GPU performance using some of the counters and the metrics. And you can see the interaction between CPU and GPU performance using Streamline. The good thing is some of the like these profiling tools or performance tools may be able to reduce your application performance while using that, but Streamline is totally low overhead tool, and the whole point of the Streamline actually seeing the like all of the data from coming your GPU and CPU and analyzing them as like timeline chart. Frame Advisor is totally a new tool we added on Performance Studio. It is basically a frame profiler supporting OpenGL ES and Vulkan, and it has three main features that we can call. The first thing is render graph. Render graph is basically a visualization of your render passes and the data flow between render passes. So what goes out of your render pass or what goes in, or what render process contribute to your swap chain for the final image in the frame. The second feature is frame composition. Frame composition is basically the set of like API calls on your like the specific frame and the render process, and you can see basically which order you are drawing your meshes, or what component or what parameters you are enabling and disabling in the frame. And the final feature is not the final one, but the like more important one is geometry analysis. Geometry analysis is like basically showing you some metrics about the meshes you are rendering on that frame. It gives you some of the like the index usage, or like this temporal locality or spatial locality. So this is totally a new tool. We really appreciate the feedbacks, or like if you are having a problem or like some bugs, please let us know. We are trying to make it better every day. And another new tool on ARM Performance Studio is RenderDuck for ARM GPUs. So if you are familiar with the RenderDuck, it is a graphics frame debugger supporting OpenGL, ES, and Vulkan. So you may wonder like why like an external tool for that? Because like the feedbacks coming from the developers mentions that we don't need some like different tools for everything. Basically, we just need some like same tools for every need we have. So RenderDuck for ARM GPU, we designed it around this philosophy, and it is familiar totally with the original RenderDuck. But the thing is, we are trying to update our drivers, and we are basically trying like creating new GPUs, and we just adding early support for extensions for easy debuggable options basically. And for example, current focus is jQuery, and we are trying to like support the and upstream the normal RenderDuck as much as we can. Mali Offline Compiler is another tool of our performance workflow. So it is the same compiler we have in our drivers, but we just took it out from like easy to use basically. And the problem with the like workflow of the like developer graphic applications for the Android, when you like change a shader or you made some big changes, you like build your project, you create an APK, you install it and try to analyze what's going on. Offline compiler is basically a helpful tool for reducing that amount. So it has two main features. The first one is syntax feedback. As regular compiler, it can give you syntax feedback like or what kind of errors you have. But the second feature is performance feedback. It gives you basically a estimate of like register usage, workload feature usage, and like cycle counts for each GPUs. But these are all estimates, of course. And the good thing is, as we mentioned, the whole point of this set of tools is automate that process in Android. So the Mali Offline Compiler can also give you like JSON reports for automated analysis. What else do we have? Like I mentioned, all these like designed around the workflow of performance analysis. So memory bandwidth is one of the, we will like talk about in detail, but memory bandwidth is also one of the important aspects of mobile optimization. So like high quality ASGC texture compressor we have is like C++ library that can be integrated into your own tools and projects. And we have also hardware count pipe, HWC pipe is also C++ library that also can be integrated into your own tools, which shows the exact same GPU counters on Streamline tool we have. And we also have the lead GPU info, which is a GPU configuration query, because like some of the developers may need to differentiate the paths on their engines and make some optimization. And we also have the Performance Studio for Unity for C#. For more information, for feedbacks, you can scan the QR codes. Please welcome. It's totally free use. You just need to register. That's all on the portal. And we have also some deep dive analysis or some full guides basically on performance analysis. Thanks so much for listening. I will head over to Jay for detailing the Streamline CPU. Thank you.